Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and take pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two.
West to World of Sports, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Welcome back for some more Super Rugby action, and this is going to be an absolute blockbuster. The Chiefs versus the Crusaders. Potentially, this is going to be a little preview of the final for 2025. I mean, the Crusaders are back, right? Or was it a false dawn? We've experienced this before, a Crusaders false dawn. Or are they back to the form that saw them win something like 7 tournaments in a row? I don't know. They've won so many times, all right? But anyways, Crusaders fans like myself, trying to not get carried away, trying to stay level-headed about the whole thing. It was a big win last week, but they've got to back it up against the Chiefs. The Chiefs go in as the bookmakers' favourites, obviously. But I've just got this feeling. There's a feeling around the Crusaders team at the moment. And I'm buying in. D-Funk, ahoy, mates. XJC, ahoy. Ready for a blockbuster game. Chiefs vs Crusaders coming up in about, just under 10 minutes. Now, same game multi for this one. I've gone something a little bit different. I've gone for a line because I think this game's going to be very close. History between these two teams suggests that it will be another close-fought battle. So I'm going for the Crusaders with the line. I think the Crusaders will win, but I just want to protect myself because this will go down to the wire, and I'm talking like maybe a penalty goal on the stroke of full time or a drop goal, something along those lines. Something like that, you don't want to steal your multi. So I've gone for the protection of the 7+ margin, 7.5 points margin for the Crusaders. Eugene, ahoy there. Go Chiefs. I mean, at the end of the day, honestly, it doesn't really bother me who wins. The Chiefs were always my second team. I've always gone for the Crusaders. But when the Crusaders went through that spell of, sucking, then the Chiefs were my go-to team. I always had a soft spot for the Chiefs, though, to be honest. I was cheering them on. Stephen Donald is actually low-key one of my favourite rugby players. Stephen Donald does not get the respect that man deserves. I mean, come on. He won New Zealand a World Cup. Answered the call, stepped up in the big moments. Credit where credit is due for that. Just based on that alone, right? So it should be a good one here. Anyway, Chiefs versus... Oh, yeah, that's right. I was talking about my same game multi. So, Crusaders with the 7.5 head start. Try scorers, Emoni Nawara and Che Fiaki. So I've gone for the 2 14s in this one. Now, I think that surely there will be some tries scored up front, which brings your Scotty Barretts, Bradley Slater as well for the Chiefs, your Tupou Va'es. But I just think it's going to be so tight up front. It's going to be phase after phase after phase of the forwards rumbling it up that creates the space in the back line. I feel like tries in this game will come about just because the defensive pressure just becomes too much for a certain team, for both sides, at any point throughout the course of the game. And that will lead to the pass being flung out wide to the wing. So I had a choice, basically, of which wing to go with. I've decided to go for the 14s. Who knows? It's a difficult one to pick, really. Are the Crusaders back? Or is it a false dawn for them? Will the Chiefs continue to be one of the dominant forces in New Zealand rugby? I'm excited. Either way, it's going to be a great game for sure. Eugene Defunk says, Chiefs represent the country spirit for the North Island in Super Rugby, like the Highlanders do for the South. City versus country. So here in Australia, in the NRL, they used to have, and I don't know that they do still have it, but they used to have City versus country as a representative fixture every year. City versus country actually used to be a trial game for State of Origin. I mean, that was the importance that City versus country used to have back in the day. And I wonder whatever happened to that. I don't know if they still play it. Curious to kind of go look that up now. Does City versus country still exist? But certainly not to the magnitude that it used to. I mean, it used to be, as I said, it used to be the trial game. It was the trial game for New South Wales State of Origin. It certainly doesn't have that magnitude around it anymore. That's for sure. So obviously here, Wasted World of Sports, we're live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Facebook, live on Twitch, covering all kinds of sports these days. Defunk says, I remember City vs. Country on Stacey Jones Rugby League. Yes, they did keep City vs. Country in the video games, didn't they? That's right. Eugene asked if I'm doing the boxing tomorrow between Joseph Parker and Daniel Dubias. Dubious or Dubias? I feel bad. It might actually be pronounced dubious, but I felt bad saying it. No, actually, boxing is something that we haven't really covered. We've explored it. We did the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson game. Okay, game. Well, it was a game, wasn't it? In all honesty. Did we see the contract that got leaked? Whether or not it's true, because obviously you can't trust everything that you see on the internet. But did anybody see that contract that got leaked out for Mike Tyson that basically stated in no uncertain terms that he wasn't allowed to knock Jake Paul out? Otherwise, he wouldn't get paid as much. You got to feel bad for him. Well, not really, because he got, what, $10 million? I can't feel bad for anybody that got paid $10 million. What am I talking about? So, yeah, boxing's one of those things. But no, tomorrow we've got more Super Rugby action coming, and we've also got Australia versus England in the ICC Champions Trophy for the cricket fans. And just quickly, back on that Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, obviously, watching it, like, I haven't seen a whole lot of boxing, so I'm probably not the best person to comment on it. But just for, it felt like watching it, you could see that something wasn't right. That's just my personal opinion anyway, my uneducated opinion. it really felt like Mike Tyson had a couple of clear opportunities to KO the guy, really, when Paul left his arms down. Ruslan Lee, ahoy, mate. Crusaders top of the table. This would be a top of the table clash, wouldn't it? Winner of this would surely leapfrog to the top of the table, or stay there, or stay there. Going to be a great game either way. This is one of those games that might be very, very befitting of a tie. Richard Trainer, ahoy. Do I remember you saying something like that on the day and the day on the fight? Oh, Richard Trainer, we were we were all saying it, mate, for sure. I know that my co-host on that day, Rick, he was very, very, very certain of shenanigans going on. Well, Angus Gardner's the referee. This should be good. Live boxing tomorrow. All right. It sounds like everyone's keen on this boxing match. Maybe I should check it out. It's obviously a pretty big deal, huh? I do apologize. I don't know any of the modern day boxers. Win predictor has given 70% in favor of the Chiefs. Well, I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. We'll find out. Angus Gardner gets us underway. And it starts with a kick out on the full from the Crusaders. Well, not a good start. Straight out on the full. Camera. And a scrum down for the Chiefs on halfway. We were talking about Crusaders. Are they back? Back to their best? Or was it a false dawn? A kick out on the full from the restart, from the starter play. Well, that's not cool. Chiefs will get the first attacking opportunity, assuming that they win their scrum. Scrums will be pretty even, I reckon. Halfway scrum, they crouch. They set. And the scrum is solid from both sides. Rowe sends it out immediately down to this near edge. And the Chiefs put the kick through. Low, flat, bouncing inside the 22. And it'll be a line-out throw for the Crusaders. Well, that's all they needed to do there, the Chiefs. Just turn the Crusaders around and get themselves down into that part of the field. They were given a gift. They've taken it. Crusaders throw to the middle of the line out. These new rules around Super Rugby, new laws, keeping the game ticking along nicely. Setting up inside their 22. YouTube, what do we think? Defunk, what do we reckon? Oh, the kick is charged down and racing back, picking up the scraps. Kamara and the Crusaders under the pump. 7 meters out from their own line on this near side of touch. The Chiefs with defensive pressure early. And this has not been a good start for the Crusaders. Back into the end goal for Kamara to clear. Doesn't find touch. It goes back in field. And here is Damien McKenzie. Passes it along. That's my boy Nawara. Need him anytime try scorer. Setting up the ruck in midfield. 30 meters out here, the Chiefs. Through the hands they go down the left. McKenzie with the short ball. creates some big space now for the outside backs. And tackled into touch, Leroy Carter. Well, he kept the ball alive. And the Chiefs are going to get the throw to this line out. Leroy Carter does well. He was going into touch for all money. Throws the ball back in field. And the Chiefs will get the line out. So YouTube, what do we think? Is something like this? And the more the game goes along, we can sort of scroll that between different varieties of statistics. But is that better use of the screen space? Chiefs win the line out. The rolling maul is set. Rose got it at the back, or waiting for it. At the back, it's Slater who's got it. Feeds it back now for Rowe. As they go back towards the post. Oh, hands on Rowe there, and that'll be penalty advantage, Chiefs. Poor form, Crusaders. That was unnecessary. Trying to disrupt the ruck ball. And Angus Gardner was all over that. 5 out, just to the left of the post here, the Chiefs. Doing it through the forwards, drawing in this Crusaders defense. Rowe needs the support. Where is it? There it is. Josh Lord. Still 7 meters out, the Chiefs. Brown in front of the post. 5 out now. The pick and go per hippie. They're almost there, the Chiefs. Lingering in the Crusaders' defensive line. And lucky they didn't go that way. They've gone the opposite direction and they're held up over the line. Well, if they had have come left, there would have been a penalty for obstruction. Well, we've come back. Referee was playing advantage. And we come back for potentially... Oh, they've tapped and gone quickly, the Chiefs. And over the line to score. Tell me that's my boy Nawara. Nawara opens the scoring. The Chiefs get the first try. We've got to tick off the multi already. Emoni Nawara scores, catches everybody napping, including me. Throws the dummy, which Shalfern bought it. And the Chiefs are on the board early. And this has all come down to the Crusaders' poor start from the kickoff. Putting the ball out on the full, that has led the Chiefs into this part of the field. And they have made them pay. Damien McKenzie. From the sideline, he's on target. The smiling assassin puts the Chiefs up 7-0. Skeleton says up the mighty Chiefs. A tick off the multi inside the first 5 minutes. That is a beautiful thing. A tick for Richard Traynor as well. Crusaders go quickly. Chiefs take it inside their 22. The sun is now starting to break through. It was very cloudy at the start of this game. And Rowe with the box kick. Up over halfway. No pressure on the take. And Will Jordan, what can he come up with? A little bit of Jordan magic. No, he just goes to ground over halfway. And big defense. Moananu driven backwards. And they're suddenly back inside their own half here, the Crusaders. Jordan again now opens up half a gap in midfield. Oh, he's dangerous, Will. Every single time he touches the ball. Ball spills out the back of the ruck. Pressure. Camera picks up the loose ball. Into the Chiefs' half they go. A lot of play down this end of the field. Or this part of the field. Tamati Williams, a big rumble up. Oh, and a turnover for the Chiefs. A knock on. Tamati Williams in contact. And it's very scrappy out the back of the ruck. But Rose says, we'll just get it out of here, thanks. And oh, he should have played advantage on. Because the knock on from Che Fiaki They come back for the original drop ball from Tamati Williams, but if Angus Gardner left that go for an extra 10 seconds, the Chiefs would have been about 30 metres further upfield. HIA, Luke Jacobson. Oh, head-on-head contact. That's what that's for. Cullen Grace and Jacobson. That was a big head clash. Should be right, though. So 71% of the game so far, which hasn't gone for that long, let's be honest. In that 10-metre zone, Chiefs side of halfway. And that is because of moments like this. Another scrum down. Pretty much midfield on the halfway line. Rowe feeds it. This is a big shove for the Chiefs. Under pressure. But they go into Crusaders territory. Setting it up in midfield. The ball spills out the side of the ruck. Rowe does well to respond. And McKenzie keeps the ball alive, but Dyer's driven backwards. Ruslan Lee, where is my boy Satiti? Wallace and Gromit Satiti. Penalty here to the Chiefs as the Crusaders. Illegal hands on the ruck there. And another injury concern. One of the Chiefs is down in back play. That is Remeka Pohipi. Am I saying that correctly? I hope so. And he looks in a bad way. A little pat on the shoulder there from Biaki, his opposite. Oh, he's busted his knee. Well, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. He's buckled his knee when he's stepped off the left boot back in field. Yeah, he'll be done for the day, I reckon. Well, I mean, first and foremost, I hope he's okay in the long term. Secondly, I'm also glad that he's not in my fantasy rugby team. wastedsports.com.au/games. And you can join all our fantasy games and tipping leagues for season 2025. Super Rugby NRL coming up. They're all open to join now, and it's absolutely free to join and participate. Well, he seems like he's okay here. Rock my balls, ahoy, mate. No, he's coming off the field. He's back up on his feet, and he's walking off the field under his own power, which is a good sign. But he is leaving the field. Emmett Lusby says Crusaders for the win. We shall see. We shall see. Chiefs from the throw to the line out, and Xavier Rose absolutely been cleaned up. But then Ethan Blackadder throws the intercept pass. Chiefs back in possession. And they get an offside penalty advantage to boot. Rowe down the short side. Bobbled by Leonard Brown. Keeps it alive. And now Nawara again. Attacking the line. 15 metres out. Finau takes it 10 from the line. Little grubber kick in behind Will Jordan, who goes back and plants it down. And the Crusaders defend that little attacking raid. Richard Trainer with the $10 super chat. Cheers, mate. Dan, keep up your awesome work. It's very inspiring to see you go all in on your dream. Cheers, Richard. Dan Jam, ahoy, mate. And I didn't get a chance to set this up before the stream, so I've got to... As the Chiefs get a penalty right out in front, they'll take the 3, surely. Yes, they do. Take the 3. There we go. Cheers, Richard. By the way, I'm getting some Wasted Water Sports stubby holders done up. I know, people who are long-time subscribers to the streams are probably going, oh yeah, he's getting stubby holders done up, is he? Okay, yeah, we're still waiting on those keychains. Damien McKenzie pops this one over, and the Chiefs lead 10 points to 0. Camera gets us back underway. Just outside the 22, Chiefs in possession. They rumble it up towards the halfway mark. Leonard Brown in midfield, rocked backwards in the tackle. Crusaders try to pilfer, but the Chiefs still have it. Fired back into the 22, and Jacob clears just outside the Crusaders 22. Jordan runs it back to halfway, puts half a step on, and almost goes through. Will Jordan always looks threatening. Big defense in midfield, though. Chiefs in over the top of it, laying on the wrong side of the ruck. Now, Colin Grace is standing out wide. Puts a big don't argue on. And the Crusaders rocked backwards. Huge defense again from the Chiefs. This has been the difference maker at the moment. The Chiefs' defense again picking up the Crusaders and driving them backwards. They just can't get any go forward. These monster tackles. But can they keep it up for 80 minutes? To Marty Williams. He's a big boy. Now they're out of ideas. It goes back to Kamara for the kick. He puts the ball high. They've got a penalty advantage here, the Crusaders. And they will come back for the penalty right out in front of the posts. But it's a long way back, 40 metres out. Matty Colkin, ahoy, mate. I'll be very tempted to take the 3 here. It's right out in front, 40 metres. It'll get... Oh, they're putting it into the corner. Well, I give up. I give up trying to understand the calls these days. I hate to sound extremely old, but back in my day, goddammit, we would never have turned down an opportunity at 3 points. The game has changed. Crusaders throw to the middle of the line out. Grace taps it back. Blackadder keeps it alive. And they immediately send it into midfield and spill the ball. And the Chiefs have diffused this. Play on, says... Well, they've missed a blatant knock on there. The Crusaders have got away with one. Crusaders, they've lost a lot of ground, though. They're back to where the penalty was given in the first place, basically. They kicked it into touch, had the line out. It became a mess. They may as well have just tapped and gone. Quick ruck ball here, though. We'll get them some go forward. Will Jordan fires a huge Harbour Bridge ball out to Fiaki. 40 out from the line. Grace can't beat this Chiefs defense. It's so rock solid. Teddy, ahoy there, watching from Vietnam. Nice. Welcome along, Teddy. They're just running out of ideas here, the Crusaders. They can't break this Chiefs defensive line. They're still in that sort of 5-meter region, just in the Chiefs side of halfway. And now the box kick is set. Preston says, let's just make some meters. And the Crusaders do tap the ball back. Here's Grace now. That has opened up the Chiefs. Now they've got space out to the left. Blackadder, the dummy. And they've lost it forward on this occasion. The dummy from Havili, and it's been spilt. And Damien McKenzie says, we will get the hell out of here. Only as far as Will Jordan on the Crusaders 22. And Jordan breaks through. He's up over halfway and brought down by Xavier Rowe. Quick ruck ball now. Blackadder. Scott Barrett. Penalty advantage. Havili pops the pass up for Blackadder, and we come back for the penalty. Not rolling away. And again, it's right out in front, 40 metres out. I would take the 3, but what are they going to do? UFC, ahoy, mate. And Matty over on TikTok, ahoy. The touch finder inside the 22. They'll have to do better than last time, though. About 15 metres out. Moananu. The line-out is set. The line-out's delayed. Where's he going to go? He goes to the middle, and the Chiefs are all over that. The Chiefs steal the line-out and clear. Not a lot of distance on it. So the Crusaders will still be attacking in the Chiefs' half. Absolutely, Matty Colkin. There's a reason why nobody does, and it's very simply because you can't. And the people that do, well, they're not around for very long. Penalty advantage for the Crusaders. Again, it's in midfield, and it's very kickable. Piaki holds the pass up. Out wide now for Moananu, who's standing out there, puts the little chip in over the top. It's easily diffused by Damien McKenzie, but will come back for the penalty. Penalty to the Crusaders, and Angus Gardner is now going to have words. He's calling the captain out. Both teams have now had a warning for discipline down their own end. I think we're going to see a couple of yellows in this game. They're putting it into the corner again here, the Crusaders. And they'll have the line-out throw about 10 metres out. They haven't taken full advantage of their last couple, the Crusaders. They've got to make something stick here. Moananu throws to the front, and they set up the rolling maul. No, they release it immediately. A little decoy there. Havili in midfield. And they set up the ruck. About 5 to the right of the posts. Chiefs are in over the top of it, but Crusaders manage to hold on. The Chiefs' defense, it just can't be broken. They're still 10 metres out here, the Crusaders. Tamati Williams with the pick and go. Callum Grace losing ground every play here. Sevu Reece says, let's try and do something about that. Blackadder takes it to within 5. Tamati Williams again. Just a couple of metres out. Chiefs are in over the top of it and win the turnover penalty. Penalty Chiefs 2 metres out from their own line. This defence is just immaculate. This is where they are winning the game, hands down. Richard Trainer says, hey, Dan, I know you're not a big NBA or basketball fan, but did you hear about Kyle Irving? He wants to play for the Boomer at 2028 Olympics. Yeah, I don't know who that is or what a Boomer is. Oh, that's the Australian basketball team, isn't it? The Australian Boomers. Isn't Boomer used as an insult these days? They might want to think about renaming their team, huh? But yes, I honestly have no idea who Kyrie Irving is. Sevu Reece brings it back to halfway. Absolutely, Matty Colkin. See? I'm old school. I'm a traditionalist. Take your points. Take the points when they're on offer. Jordan. Now they've got an overlap down the left. Camera into space. Gets the arms free. And Callum Gray steps back in field. He's got support from Preston. And Preston will score. It's a long distance effort. They've gone from halfway under the post. The Crusaders hit back. Long range try, the number 9. Cheeky little number 9. Gets over and scores. The Crusaders hit back. It's about to be 10-7. From right in front, Biaki converts. 10-7. Well, we certainly have game on here. 21 minutes gone. 10 points to 7. The aggressive defense of the Chiefs. That's been the standout for mine. Crusaders have struggled to make distance every single phase. It took a breakaway try from over halfway to finally break through. And some slick hands and quick offloads. Preston now with the box kick from the 22. Up to halfway, lost. Play on, says Angus Gardner, because he doesn't know who's lost it. Firing it back now for the clearing kick. Camera taken on the full just outside the 22 by Jacob. It's there for Sevu. Reece runs cross-field, flicks the pass back. Lucky, because he wasn't expecting the offload. And the Chiefs look to steal it away, but still there with the Crusaders. The pass over the top is taken on the bounce. And that stifled any momentum they had, any advantage they had with space. Staying down the short side. Moananu up over halfway. Blackadder on the halfway line here. Grace out the back it goes to Will Jordan, who steps back in field. Dangerous every time he touches it. Will Jordan. Havili down the short side. Into contact. No real effect. And they're still up around halfway. Oh, the Crusaders player immediately holds his head there in the tackle, appealing for a penalty. Damati Williams now to Jordan. Cut out pass right onto the chest of Reece in space. The kick back in field for Will Jordan, and he spills it. The Chiefs back in possession and a counter-attacking opportunity for them. But it's been kicked down the field by Josh Lord. The lock puts a huge left boot on it. A monster of a left boot. And the Crusaders will clear. Jason Calloway, ahoy, mate. I've gone with the Crusaders in this one, but I've gone with the Crusaders without a whole lot of confidence. As the TMO is coming back for this high contact, clear high contact. And that is Quinn Tupaia is in a little bit of trouble here. Quinn Tupaia. It's going to be a penalty to the Crusaders on halfway. Yellow card incoming. Is that a game changer? Is that a game changer? Oh, it's Tupo. Okay. I thought it was number 22. I thought it was the number 22. So there you go. Into touch, just short of the 22-meter line, back on the attack. Matty Colkin, thank you very much for the hearts. Crusaders go to the middle. And they win the ball, setting up in midfield. Ollie is the best. Ahoy! You know Quinn Tupaia in real life as the Crusaders spill it forward in contact. And the Chiefs have diffused again. And the kick from McKenzie looking for a 50-22. And its flag's gone up. It's into touch, says the touchy. A 50-22 and the Chiefs will have the throw. A 50-22. The Chiefs line out Damien McKenzie coming up clutch again. If only you could do this internationally, right? Honestly, he is such a good player. It's just baffling why he can't make the step up to international level. Baffling. Chiefs win the line-out ball. Javi, ahoy there, mates. I've gone the Crusaders in this one, but it's going to be very, very close. Down the short side, Nawara crawls forward an extra couple of meters. The Chiefs pile in. Remember, the Chiefs are still a man down for 7.5 minutes. Five phases now, the Chiefs. A combination here of just trying to crawl forward and run down the clock as Xavier Rowe puts the box kick in over the top and it dribbles into touch about 10 meters out. Crusaders will have the throw, but again, that's just all about winding down the clock. Jason Calloway says Michael McKenzie would make Dan's dream team in the grandstand. Who's Michael McKenzie? Crusaders win that pressure line out on their own 5-meter line. Preston sets up the box kick, has to get out of the way of the referee. And that is, I reckon that's what's tripped him up there, Preston. He was all set for the box kick. Angus Gardner was in the way. He would have copped a falcon in the back of the head. And they've already reviewed. It's going to remain a yellow card. Skeleton says Mackenzie doesn't have confidence in himself at international level, I think. As the line-out throw is not straight there from the Chiefs. Free kick, Crusaders. Ollie is the best. Dan, you're my favorite streamer in the whole wide world. Thank you. Where's my drink? Cheers. Oh, that's right. It's empty. I needed a new one. That's what I was doing. Back into the 22 for Kamara. To clear up to halfway. Mackenzie. Loses it. No. Backwards off Mackenzie. And the Chiefs have the ball now. Counter-attack is on. Tupaia down the short side. Pops the pass back for Leonard Brown, who cuts back in field. Inside the 22, Leonard Brown plants it back. Nawara with the pick and go. Spills it backwards. Penalty advantage now for the Chiefs. They've got numbers out to the right. Mackenzie cuts back left. Well, he might want that play over again, Mackenzie. Nawara steals it away from him. They're still under penalty advantage. Inside the 22. The Chiefs making meters with ease compared to the Crusaders, even a man down. In midfield, Slater sets it up. Back towards the post they go. Big defense in midfield from the Crusaders. And referee Gardner says that's enough. We'll come back for the penalty. Chiefs will put this into the corner. Oh, 4.5 minutes. No, you take the shot at 3. There's a man in the bin. Wind down the clock. And never mind, they're putting it in the corner. Oops. Never mind. Well, once again, just for the timing alone, I completely understand. If you score a try here with a man in the bin, that's a huge statement in terms of the contest. I'd have wound down the clock, though. Take the shot at post. Wind down the clock. Anyway, Chiefs go uncontested to the front of the line out. And the Crusaders defuse the rolling maul for now. Rowe releases. And goes on his own. Xavier Rowe scores. Xavier Rowe from the back of the maul. The slippery little scrum half ducks and weaves his way under everybody and plants the ball down. Well, they've made that statement, scoring a try with a man in the sin bin. Effing chaos. Ahoy there, mate. You just put all money on Crusaders winning the game. Oh, see, I went Crusaders with the line. The Crusaders have got a 7.5 points line. It's, there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. But I would have felt more comfortable if you said the line rather than straight out. As Mackenzie converts from just to the left of the uprights. And it is back to 17 points to 7. 17-7, Chiefs in the lead. As the Crusaders from the restart go on the attack, the Chiefs failing to secure the ball. 17 points to 7 it is. That scoreboard hasn't really updated. And the Crusaders now. Numbers out to the left. Here's Reece. Steps back inside Mackenzie. Beats him with ease. And he's brought down 5 meters out. Crusaders on the attack. Williams. Sets up another phase. Down the short side, a forward pass into touch from Moananu. The defense from the Chiefs again, scrambling. Putting the Crusaders into touch. Bradley Slater with the line-out throw. 5 meters out from their own line here, the Chiefs. Going over the top to nobody. It bounces kindly for the Chiefs. The Crusaders get a free kick anyways because it was not straight. It's going to be a 5-meter scrum. And remember, it is Tupo Vai who is in the bin. They're going to tap and go. Well, you'd call scrum, surely. They tap and go quickly. Intercepted and racing away now is Jacob for the Chiefs. They come back for a penalty. 5 meters out. Sevu Reece has got a quick tap here. He does. Quick tap and go. Links up with Blackadder in front of the post. And the Crusaders score. They were very slow to respond and get back in position there, the Chiefs. The Chiefs caught offside. Sevu Reece, the tap quick and go. And it's Ethan Blackadder with the try. "17 points to 12, the kick to come. Five minutes to go till half-time. The conversion successful there from Fiaki. 5 minutes to go. wastedsports.com.au/games. Speaking of tipping, free to join NRL and Super Rugby tipping and fantasy leagues for 2025. Do feel free to join us. wastedsports.com.au/games as the Crusaders claim the restart. Setting up play inside their own 22. Blackadder, the try scorer, sets it up. Box kick clearance here from Preston. Up towards halfway it goes. Mackenzie's under it. Fires it back in midfield where Jacob is absolutely cleaned up. Chiefs back to a full complement. The Mad Jamo, ahoy mate. Yes, we will be doing, at very least, we'll be doing the run chase in that game. Box kick in over the top. Jordan takes it on the full. Pops it back for Preston. Now Camera. Camera gets on the outside of one. Going to ground. Preston keeps it alive down the short side. Leo Willie over the top. And now the clearing kick inside the Chiefs 22. And returning it back upfield with not a lot of distance. And this is a huge net gain for the Crusaders. Crusaders line out throw. 22 meters out. Moananu throws to the back. Well, right over the top. And Havili has it in midfield. Successfully setting up the ruck. Barrett plants the ball back. Still inside the 22 here. Tamati Williams with the pick and go. Yeah, UFC. I'm not going to lie. I've done that before myself in certain work situations. I'm like, oh, yes, Praise Jeebus. The Crusaders now attacking this near edge. Kamina is caught. There's still 22 out, though. Chiefs in over the top of it, and this will be a penalty. The Chiefs' defense. I mean, the Crusaders have managed 2 tries, but think about those 2 tries. One was from a quick tap where the Chiefs had failed to get back in defense, and the other one was from a slick backline movement. From over halfway, they had to go long range to get their tries. This Chiefs defense, from standard play, not from broken play, but from standard play, standard phase play, this Chiefs defense is pretty much impenetrable. Big touch finder here for the Chiefs. The lineout will be just outside the 22. That was a monster of a kick, actually. And they will get the last attacking raid here on right before half time. 22 meters out, Rowe. Tupo Vibe back on the field. Gina Ferracini, ahoy. Ball is held up, but now goes to ground. Rowe sends it out the far side, pick and go. 10 meters out now, the Chiefs. P now. Staying on the short side. Rowe to Tupai. Staying short side again. Rowe goes to Ross. There's the siren for halftime. Brown, as the Crusaders look to get in and steal. Hands on the ball there. Big Leo Willie. And Leo Willie wins the penalty. And the Crusaders answer the Chiefs' defense. Now, what do the Crusaders do here? Are they happy to take it into... Yes, they are happy to take it into halftime. As Sevu Reece taps and puts it into touch. Half-time here. 17 points to 14. The Chiefs over the Crusaders. A very intriguing first half. The Crusaders took a little bit of time to get into it. But once they got going, can you shout out my missus? Her name is River. Ahoy, River. USC, you got your girlfriend a candy G-string for Valentine's. It worked a treat. Skeleton, there is no Satiti. Wallace and Gromit Satiti not playing. Which is a shame, because I'm missing saying the name Wallace and Gromit Satiti. $17-14 at halftime. This is going down to the wire. So, as it stands right now, I pretty much just need Biaki to score a try. And I've got to say, it's probably not looking likely. Because most of the Crusaders attacking raids, most, not all, so there's still a chance. And look, we don't know what the second half could throw up. But most of the attacking raids are going down Sevu Reece's side. They're going down the left edge. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm hoping, obviously. Obviously hoping. But we shall see. All right, so I do have some other screens as well that we can cycle in between. It's a work in progress, basically. The new layout, the new stream layout. We've got the territory box there. F and Chaos says, what do I think the chances are Crusaders win? It's 17-14 at halftime. Both teams are playing very well. I mean, the Crusaders started poorly, but they worked themselves into the game. This is absolutely anybody's contest. I said at the top of the stream it was a coin flip. Nothing has happened to change my mind about that. It's a coin flip. Going to go down to the wire, and hence why I put the Crusaders with the line. $7.5 point line rather than going for the Crusaders outright. So absolutely, it's a 50-50. At halftime, a 50-50, or maybe not a 50-50. Maybe you give an extra few percentage points to the Chiefs just on the fact that they're ahead at halftime. Maybe it's like a 55. No, not even that much. It's like a 49% scenario, I would say. So yes, this new screen layout, it's a work in progress. We've got the territory there, which is 50-50, funnily enough. Talking about it being a 50-50 game, we go into halftime with territory split right down the middle. And there'll be other screens there that I can cycle between. We've got the territory, obviously the first one that I went with, but there'll be all kinds of other match stats that we can flick through. A work in progress, but I figured that it was a lot better to just take baby steps, set it up a screen at a time. I don't think that the rolling text commentary was really adding anything to the streams. I mean, I'm talking about it anyway, aren't I? So you don't really need it backed up with text on the screen. Defunk says life is a stage. 50-50. Is that like a really Temu version of Colonel Sanders in behind? Yes, it would be, because of all the KFC promotion. Where did they get that Colonel Sanders outfit from? Wow, that's cheap. That's really cheap. Anyway. They probably didn't want to spend any money on it. Buddy, Temu Colonel Sanders. UFC, you went all try scorers. Leonard Brown, Will Jordan, Sevu Reece. My multi, of course, Crusaders with the 7.5 start. Nawara for the Chiefs and Fiaki for the Crusaders. And we got Nawara nice and early. I'm pretty confident about the Crusaders plus 7.5. I'm not so convinced about Fiaki now. I probably should have gone Sevu Reece. Most of the attack is going down Sevu Reece's edge. Predictions for the next game. Ask Matty Colkin. The next game, of course, the Reds. The Reds, my Australian team, taking on Moana Pacifica. There's 10 Wallabies in the starting lineup for the Reds tonight. I mean, that alone would surely make them favourites. Yes, I know UFC. UFC's asking about Will Jordan. Will Jordan is usually my go-to, but what I noticed about Will's game last week, he is setting up a lot of tries. It seems like the opposition are, how to say it, the opposition are wise to him, I suppose. So he's using his line-breaking abilities now just to set up other players around him. Because the cover defense seems to focus on him, which leaves his support runners open. Will Jordan of old was like dodging and weaving and finding his way to the line. Now he's happy to just feed his speedsters outside. So I reckon Will Jordan might be a good tip for most try assists in 2025 Super Rugby. I did also think, wouldn't you know, surely he gets a try now that I don't have him in. For the first time ever, I don't have him in a multi. He'll probably go ahead and score now. A technical support guy with me. Why? What's happened? What do I need to be made aware of? A producer is what I need. Yes. I mean, you're not wrong. I've been trying to get a producer for years. Even going back to my gaming channel when the gaming channel sort of took off. Before it got banned for copyright infringement. The Joker, ahoy mate. Yeah, because when you check out like all the top sort of content creators that do live streams anyway, the top streamers, they all have someone in the background. Like even Joe Rogan. Think about Joe Rogan doing his podcast, which Joe Rogan, I don't think even does his podcast live. But funny enough, I just start talking about Joe Rogan and Defunct says, yes, I need a Jamie. Well, funnily enough, I know a Jamie. But yes, when I say things like, here's the territory statistics, and I do have other screens that we will set up in time that we'll scroll between, that'd be something that a Jamie would be working on in the background. I just have to say, that's the idea. Hook that up for us, Jamie. Well, yes, all the regular streamers have them, don't they? They've got a producer in the background. Definitely food for thought. Yes, anyways, it is half time here. I'm going to have a quick break and be right back. Six Nations tomorrow, yes. Sometimes Joe does live streams. Oh, nice. I've never actually seen one live, but yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, right. UFC watch parties. Shark Boy 212 says go Chiefs. Samuel's asking who will win. Oh, boy. It's a real coin flip at the moment, isn't it? But I would be saying I'm still staying with the Crusaders. I'll stick with the Crusaders. 17-13. Okay, so yeah, Joe Rogan, when he's not doing UFC commentary, like at the actual event, he does watch parties live on whatever platform. Ah, that's cool. Nice. I might have to tune into one of those, get some tips. Matty Colkin says, do you reckon Wales or Ireland tomorrow? Ireland. Oh, Ireland by a bloody mile. Oh, Jesus, it probably will too, Clash. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think you're right, Matty. I think it will clash. Bugger. All right, I'm going to have to think about what I want to do. Jeez. Yeah, because, I mean, it's a doubleheader in the Six Nations as well. I would be more than happy to miss Ireland versus Wales, but I don't know that I want to miss England versus Scotland. I'm more than happy to miss Ireland versus Wales, but England and Scotland, yeah, I can't be missing that. This has certainly raised a problem. Oh well. Second half about to get underway here. I didn't even go get my fresh drinks out of the fridge. Oh well. Second half is underway. Chiefs, they're not getting anywhere near the sideline. Shark Boy says, what do you think about the Sione Katoa injury? Oh boy. Well, first and foremost, I want to say I'm very, very sorry for Sione Katoa. I mean, it sucks whenever a player gets injured, especially long term. But for the Sharks, for the club, I think it's a good thing because it means Samuel Stonestreet is going to get a lot more game time in season 2025 than was expected. And I had big concerns that because the Sharks were putting priority on Katoa and Mulatalo, that Stonestreet would end up leaving. Maybe he doesn't leave now. I mean, Stonestreet might actually force his way into the starting squad full time. So whilst it sucks for Katoa, I think it's the best thing possible for the Sharks. Now the Crusaders on the attack inside Chiefs territory, keeping the ball alive. No, it's not at all UFC. Samuel Stonestreet's a much better player all round than both Katoa and Mulatalo combined. I was so concerned that we would lose him to the Dragons. But now that he's actually going to get some solid game time, he might stay. Havili puts the fend on, passes back to Jordan, who pops it out, and keeping it alive now. The Crusaders are Mua inside the 22. They have started their second half with an insane pace. Tamati Williams back in field, 10 meters out to the right of the post, and a poor pass, poor delivery, and it's knocked on. Well, that was really poor from the base of the ruck. And a simple mistake. But what a start from the Crusaders. Fletcher Newell has failed his HIA. So no Fletcher Newell for the Crusaders. Yeah, so I could do that. Well, I'm definitely doing the cricket on Tuesday. Australia and South Africa. Yeah, we'll see. I might just have to call the rugby and have the cricket on in the background. Penalty at scrum time here for the Chiefs. Well, the pressure released. Such a promising start to the second half for the Crusaders. They're going to have to reset here now. The penalty kick doesn't find touch. And bursting onto it is Sevu Reece. Runs it back into midfield. And links up. A pass goes over the top to nobody, but it's lost by the Chiefs. Crusaders back in possession. Knock-on advantage. And no advantage, says Angus Gardner. And we come back for the knock-on. 33, Dan. Who's everyone got? Well, I've gone Crusaders. I went Crusaders from the start, and I'm not the type to change my mind. So I've been on the Crusaders since before kickoff. Yeah, the poor bunnies, they can't win a trick. South Sydney, it's going to be another rough year for them, I feel, even with Wayne Bennett. Cameron Murray, such an important part to their not midfield, but their middle forwards. Scrum is solid here for the Crusaders, both teams. Preston from the back of the scrum, links up. The pass out the back again to nobody. Kamara has to go back for it and does extremely well to beat the first tackler. Pick and go. Ball is out, play on, Chiefs pilfer. And now they can counter-attack. Jacob runs it to the left, goes into contact on his own. Rowe into midfield. The pop pass for McKenzie, who throws a forward pass there to Leonard Brown, right in front of the referee, which suggests to me maybe it was more the camera angle than anything else, because that was right in front of Angus. And the Crusaders' execution just letting them down here in the second half early. 5 minutes gone. Xavier Rowe with the box kick. Into Crusaders territory. This is contestable. Will Jordan flies through. And Xavier Rowe spills it over the sideline. And this will be a Crusaders throw, maybe, into the line-out. Nobody's made a call yet. Xavier Rowe down over the sideline after that hit from Sevu Reece. Here's James O'Connor. It is still so weird, honestly. Still so weird to see James O'Connor in a Crusaders jersey. Havili onto Jordan. Jordan out wide now to Fiaki. Fiaki steps back in field. We need Fiaki. Anytime try for our multi. It'd be huge if he got up. James O'Connor in a Crusaders jersey. I used to play a game called... Havili breaks through. We'll come back to that. Havili, the Crusaders were held back running the support line. Here's Sevu Reece, 5 meters out. And we'll come back for a penalty here to the Crusaders, and that is a professional foul territory. Pulling a player back by the jersey off the ball is surely yellow card offence. Well, how is Angus Gardner not even reaching to the pocket here? James O'Connor has been held back in support. How, for the love of God, is that not a yellow? That is a professional foul. That's the very definition of a yellow card right there. The Crusaders are having a shot at 3 here. And they're looking to lock these scores up. Yeah, so I used to play this game back in the day It was a rugby union management game. And I brought a few Aussie. I used to manage the Hurricanes at NPC and Super level. James O'Connor's having a kick. James O'Connor. Well, this would be justice. James O'Connor was the support runner that was held back. Pro Rugby Manager or something it was called. And yeah, I used to sign a lot of Aussies into my Hurricanes team. O'Connor puts it over. And it's 17 all. We're all locked up. $17 points all. And kind of justice that James O'Connor was the one that kicked it. As he was held back off the ball. Chiefs get us back underway and spill it forward. Crusaders have it inside their own 22. And some slick footwork there from Leo Willie. Sets up the ruck just inside the 22. Carried back, though, says Angus. So they can't put this out on the full. They want to set up another ruck ball. Calling for it was Moananu. Preston sets up the box kick. From inside the 22. A lot of height, not a lot of distance. And it's tapped back by the Chiefs. McKenzie. Steps inside one, fires it back for Jacob. Kicks into the 22. O'Connor's under it. And James O'Connor is charged down. Gets back and takes the ball. Puts some fancy footwork on O'Connor. Links up with Sevu Reece. And Reece thumps the ball up over halfway. Nawara has got McKenzie with him. And the Chiefs bring it back to the halfway line. McKenzie tries to take on a couple of forwards. In midfield, Chiefs still in possession. All locked up, 17 points all. Penalty advantage now for the Chiefs. Leonard Brown steps back in field. He's well contained. Rowe out to McKenzie and at first receiver. Jacobs moved out to inside centre. It looks like the pop pass now to Tupaia. Creates some space down the left flank and running towards the line and outpacing absolutely everybody is Leroy Carter. The pace of Leroy Carter plants the ball down in the sideline and the Chiefs lead 22-17. A couple of passes out the back created the overlap. Will Jordan had to race up. And James O'Connor couldn't bump him over the sideline. The pace of Leroy Carter. Immense. Conversion attempt from the sideline. Hooks away to the left. And it remains 22 points to 17. Crusaders live bet of plus 5.5. Well, I'm on the Crusaders plus 7.5. So I do think it is going to be a close game all the way through to the finish. I mean, it's been a really tense, tight game. Cortez Ratama is on, puts the box kick in. Ratama in at the 52-minute mark. Crusaders back in possession inside Chiefs half. Monanu to O'Connor. O'Connor pops it up for Nawara, and Nawara clears, turning the Crusaders around. Sevu Reece is back, gets a push in the back, but Nawara's in over the top of it. Chiefs drive in, turn over the ball. Oh, they've got 72 on nobody out to the left. All they have to do is send it, and they do. The try for Finau. The pass from James O'Connor intercepted by Nawara, and that was game over. From that sequence, it was all over. They had all the numbers here. The Chiefs look 1, 2, 3, 4 on 1 in the ruck. Simple to just drive over the top of that. And then talk about overlaps. My God. Finau made it difficult. All they had to do was keep passing it out left, and it was an easy try. Finau wanted to make it a little more difficult, though. Damian McKenzie from just to the right of the post puts this one over, and the Chiefs now lead 29 points to 17. Well, that has certainly made it a little bit more difficult for the Crusaders. They started the second half so well. Camera with the restart. Just outside the 22, and now straight up the middle. The Chiefs make another break and spill the ball on halfway. Luckily for the Crusaders, Will Jordan drops it back. It'll be a double knock on. Scrum down for the Crusaders. Oh, they've got to be careful here, the Crusaders. They are just starting to open up. The Chiefs have got all the momentum here. Jason Callaway, I'm not entirely sure what happened with James O'Connor. If he's unwanted by Australian rugby or... yeah, just the situation arose. Obviously, the Crusaders, they've gone outside of New Zealand a couple of times now for fly half options. They had the Irish guy for a season. What was his name? His name escapes me. Penalty at scrum time here for the Chiefs. Well, Chiefs get the penalty, but all three front rowers of the Chiefs are face down in the dirt. So it's hard to imagine how they got the penalty there for collapsing when all three of the front rowers were face down and last to get up. It's an interesting call, that one from Angus. Chiefs throw to the middle, stolen by the Crusaders, but coming through and diving on the loose ball, the Chiefs back in possession. And the Chiefs have just got this new lease of life, it seems. The speed of their game now. McKenzie, cut out pass to Nawara, kicks back infield, into open space. The Crusaders grounded in the end goal. Will Jordan's there, of course he is. Goal line dropout inbound. The Chiefs have just elevated their game here, and the Crusaders struggling to respond. 29-17. Crusaders go low and flat with the restart. Nawara takes it on the full. He's got Finau with him, and Finau puts the head down. Goes to ground just outside the 22. Chiefs now attack left. Leonard Brown with the short passes. Spilt forward, and we'll have another scrum down. Quick break here. Quick ad break. Be right back as the scrum feeds. Who's my favourite team in Super Rugby? Asks Skeleton as the Chiefs put on a big shove here, but the Crusaders do have it. Wrap around with O'Connor, throws it out the back to nobody, and the Chiefs knock it on. A let off there. James O'Connor has got to clean up these offloads. One was intercepted by Nawara that led to a try. And now a no-look pass. Luckily, the Chiefs have knocked it on. So, Skeleton, in this order. Crusaders, Chiefs, Highlanders, Hurricanes, Blues. And my favourite Australian team are the Reds. Queensland Reds coming up next against Moana Pacifica. 58 minutes gone here. Crusaders under the pump. The Chiefs found an extra gear. And they get a free kick at scrum time. Well, Angus Gardner is all over the Crusaders at scrum time. And the Chiefs pile on the pressure. Ball is ripped away. Crusaders with a successful turnover. Counter-attack is on. Havili thumps it downfield. A long kick. It's going to go into the in goal. It's going to go dead in goal and will come all the way back for a scrum. The Chiefs, everything is going their way now. Even the bounce of the ball. Havili sends it into open space and it just rolled and rolled and rolled. And no wonder Damien McKenzie is smiling about that. They come all the way back to the Crusaders side of halfway where that was kicked. And the Chiefs will have a scrum down 25-ish metres out. And we know that Angus Gardner has got a lot of love for the Chiefs here at scrum time. 60 minutes up on the clock. Matty Colkin goes for the Force, Waratahs and Chiefs. Very nice. Lockie Bragger, ahoy. Oh, Angus Gardner is a quality referee. Quality referee. Well, I think, anyway. Solid scrum from both teams. The Crusaders drive through. Play on as Cordis Ruddimer comes away with it. And the Chiefs stay on the left-hand edge with their attack here. Ruddimer in again. Just one out from the ruck. Chiefs go to ground. Tupou Vai staying on that left-hand side. Penalty advantage now for the Chiefs. The Crusaders discipline, letting them down. Jacob holds the pass up to Paya. They're 15 out now. Ruddimer to Jacob again. Turns it back on the inside, but Ruddimer spills it, and we come back for the penalty. This is kickable if they want it. They probably don't. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to take the 3 here. May as well pop this into the corner, go for another try, go for the throat, go for the kill. $32-17 or $29-17 doesn't make too much world of difference, and they do put this into the corner. The Chiefs attacking line out 10 metres out from the Crusaders line. 62 minutes gone. Jason Calloway says, is it true if a Kiwi went to Australia to play rugby, he cannot be selected for the All Blacks? Yes, if an All Black is not playing for a New Zealand team, an All Black quality player is not playing for a New Zealand contracted team, they don't get selected for the All Blacks. Penalty advantage here for the Crusaders. The Chiefs get it wrong at line-out time. And this is a nice opportunity for the Crusaders to clear. And the kick doesn't find touch. The kick doesn't find touch. Damien McKenzie just planted himself under it. And the Chiefs are back in possession. Well, the Crusaders, their execution has let them down. Towards the back end of this game, the Chiefs finishing all over the top. The disciplines let them down. Executions let them down. Ball is out, says Angus. Back to McKenzie. Puts the ball high on halfway. Sevu Reece takes the ball uncontested. Well diffused there. Kyle Preston's got it to the back of the ruck. Jordan from inside the 22 skews it slightly off the side of the boot. And the Crusaders just give it straight back to the Chiefs, who now break away down the left-hand edge. Ratama to McKenzie in at first receiver. Pops it up for Simon Parker. And the ruck is set. McKenzie 40 metres out in midfield. Ratama stays short on the near side, and Jacob puts the kick in over the top. Now, is this one going to go too deep? It's going to pull up in the end goal. And it's just planted down by Sevu Reece. Leonard Brown is claiming a try here, the cheeky bugger. Sevu Reece gives him a pat on the back of the head and says, "You're joking, mate, aren't you?" Sevu Reece did take an eternity to plant this down. And Anton Leonard Brown telling Porky Pies here, claiming the try. It'll be a goal line dropout. Wazawari, ahoy there, mate. Oh, those are some very kind words. Replace Grant Nisbet? No. We can't do that. I have got the utmost respect for Nisbo. DJ Shack, ahoy, mate. What does Crusaders line plus 7.5 mean? So the Crusaders basically have a 7.5 points head start on the scoreboard. So from the very start of the match, in terms of my bet, it was the Chiefs 0, Crusaders 7.5. So whatever the full-time score is, add 7.5 to the Crusader score, and that's what my bet entails. So obviously, I want the Crusaders to score again. Vincent Spears Music, ahoy mate, and Jason Isleno. Big drive forward here for the Chiefs. 65.5 gone. It is the Chiefs on the attack, and they've dominated this territory here as Tupaia breaks through. Needs support runners. Doesn't have anyone with him. It's still on here for the Chiefs, though. McKenzie to Jacob. Jacob dummies and goes straight through. And Jacob scores the match winner. Surely the match winner. 65 minutes gone. The Chiefs 34-17. It will surely be too much to overcome now for the Crusaders. And I feel like we asked the question at the top of the stream, are the Crusaders back? Or is it another false dawn? And I feel like it might just be another false dawn here for the Crusaders. Back to reality. Smashed back to reality here by the Chiefs. 34 points to 17 with the kick to come. Certainly did not expect this big a difference in the scoreline. McKenzie from out wide hooks it off to the left horribly. Good Lord, he's kicked it at the lights. He hasn't kicked it at the posts. 34-17 it remains. So, beyond two converted tries. And it was, I've got to say, it was Havili there. Havili, who also got stood up by Jacob. David Havili was caught out twice in that little sequence of play, which led to the try. I mean, you don't want to, and you can't blame one single individual. But Havili was caught out twice there on defense. And now discipline. Discipline. and execution. And it's Will Jordan on this occasion. The execution, letting them down and knock on. Will Jordan, of all people. Unbelievable. They've fallen apart. The Crusaders here fallen apart before our very eyes. Wow, it's raining. It is like heavy raining here. I mean, here where I am, not in the game. Scrum down, Chiefs feed, 40 out from the Crusaders line. Set piece here, out the back it goes for Jacob to kick inside the 22, or Leonard Brown, that might have been. Dribbles into touch, it was Jacob. And it'll be a defensive line-out throw here for the Crusaders. And this is just put on the throat stuff from the Chiefs. They're not letting up at all. "12 minutes left. Ant-Man. Throw to the front of the line-out. Crusaders secure and release it quickly into the midfield. And there is Cahill. Setting up the ruck, 10 out. Back to O'Connor to clear. James O'Connor doesn't find touch. And the Chiefs can counter here. Rampling. Big defense. Drives him backwards. But the Chiefs still have it. 10 minutes to go. Just over 10 minutes. Chiefs controlling the game now. McKenzie, cut out pass to nobody, but it bounces kindly for Vi, who sends it on to Jacob, and they've got numbers again, the Chiefs, but the kick through behind the line. O'Connor secures the loose ball, but they're under the pump again here, the Crusaders. Five out from their own line. And looking for somewhere to release this. Drummond sends it back into the end goal for Havili to clear. And Havili puts it just outside the 22. And I've got to say that Havili has honestly contributed nothing to this game tonight. I'm glad he's not in my fantasy team. He didn't even make it to the 22, actually. Chiefs have the line-out throw here about 15 metres out. On the attack again, they go. Not straight. Free kick for the Crusaders. Matty Colkin says, I met Leon McDonald the other day at Force training. Oh, nice. Leon McDonald, what a legend. I've still got his autograph. He's one of the players that I've got still the autographs of. Saved away there in the back room. Nine minutes to go. Crusaders. Touch finder. Just short of halfway. Oh, well, it was a free kick, so the Chiefs get the line-out throw. Chiefs go to the middle. And they have the ball running a brilliant line there. Simon Parker has got space. The inside ball for Quint Tupaia, and Tupaia will dive in untouched under the post. That was way too easy. I mean, that was video game level ease. The Chiefs have just put on that set piece play from line-out time. The line that Simon Parker ran just draws in the man at the back, and Quinton Tupaia, unmarked, dives in under the posts. And this has broken a string of games that goes back. Well, let me have a look specifically. Since I don't have a Jamie, this is a scenario I could have said, Jamie, look this up for me. Pull that up for me, Jamie. This has broken a string of close encounters between these two teams. The first time that I can really remember in a long time that it's been an absolute smashing as the Chiefs lead 41-17 head-to-head. Okay, the last 4 games between these two teams leading into this one. 37-26 Crusaders, 33-29 Chiefs, 20-25 Crusaders, 34-24 Chiefs. And the Chiefs are in again here, are they? No, they're up over halfway from the kickoff. But the last 4 encounters leading into this one, close. This has broken the chain. It's an absolute man-shaming. And it's still on here for the Chiefs. They've got 3-on-1. Draw and pass is all that's needed. And Quinn Tupaya's going to score a second. From the kickoff, they've gone all the way down the other end, the Chiefs. And Quinn Tupaya gets a second try. And this is, for a Crusaders team to have essentially given up like this is very disturbing. This is not part of the Crusaders culture. Take nothing away from what the Chiefs have accomplished here tonight, but this is a performance that smacks of a team that's given up. Look at the players in midfield just jogging. They've given up. And that is not part of the Crusaders culture. Oh, they need Scotty Razor Robertson back ASAP, don't they? Let's face it, the All Blacks don't need Scotty Razor. The Crusaders obviously do, though. McKenzie with the sideline conversion attempt. Kicks it at the lights again instead of the posts. Luckily for the Crusaders, McKenzie has left his kicking boots at home tonight. Otherwise, this could have been so much worse. 50 would have been easily on for the Chiefs. The Chiefs would easily have had 50 on the board already if D-Mac had his kicking boots. 46 points to 17. Wow, the scoreboard's a little bit behind. That needs updating. 46-17, 5 minutes to go. The ball spills out here for the Crusaders. Now, can they come up with a consolation? A dominant performance by the Chiefs here, signaling that they're probably the favourites for the tournament here in 2025. Jordan kicks in behind the line. McKenzie's got it covered, scoops it up with one hand, but then he's driven back towards his own goal line. Crusaders in over the top of it. Penalty advantage. The Crusaders have the turnover. 5 minutes to go. Can they get a consolation try? Havili. Oh, they've got numbers to burn out to the left. And the try is scored by Antonio Shelfoun. And the Crusaders get on the board in the second half. Conversion attempt. 5 in from touch. James O'Connor. Penrith leading Manly 18-4 in the New South Wales Cup trial game. Just basically what it is, isn't it? O'Connor is on target with the conversion. Puts it through. It's 46 points to 24. As the Crusaders have hit back. And they get themselves some consolation points here. Connor Crowley, it's your birthday today? Oh, nice. Well, if you're still there at full time in a few minutes, Connor, sing out and let me know. As the Chiefs now put this out on the full from the kickoff, well, the Chiefs have shut up shop. The Chiefs have completely closed up shop here. They know that the job is done. The scrum sets on halfway. Big shove here from the Chiefs, and they get the penalty. Just to stamp their authority on the end of this match, the Chiefs, another big shunt at scrum time. $78.5 gone. Oh, they're going to put it into touch here. The Chiefs want 50. The Chiefs want 50 on the Crusaders. God, have the Crusaders ever had 50 put on them since probably the first year of Super 12s? I certainly don't remember it happening. Chiefs throw to the front. Secure the ball. This could be a huge milestone for the Chiefs. Penalty advantage. McKenzie sends it on to McAllister. 40 out from the line still. Here the Chiefs have it in midfield. Profit to McKenzie. Now out to the left, keeping the ball alive. Back for the penalty become as Simon Parker loses ground. Crusaders not rolling away. The most points the Chiefs have scored versus the Crusaders. Previously, it was 40. Oh, they're going to have a shot at posts. Well, they don't care about the 50, apparently. Damian McKenzie has said, we'll have a shot at 3. 49 is as good as 50, right? Is what they're saying. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, no, it's not. Damian McKenzie from right out in front, 40 metres. To make it 49-24, the full-time siren sounds. And McKenzie puts it right down the middle. 49 points to 24. The Chiefs, an emphatic victory here over the Crusaders. Well, it has broken a string of 4 previous games that were coin flips, that went down to the wire, that were close games. It's been a few years since we've seen an absolute shellacking like this between these two teams. 49 points to 24. The Chiefs over the Crusaders. And the Chiefs, I would say, fly into favoritism for the 2025 tournament. Skeleton says, thank you, bro. I can eat dinner now. Very nice. Enjoy. Wow. 49-24. 24. 49-24. What an absolute pasting of epic proportions. Dono McDonald, 483. Thank you. Cheers. So we're going to have a little bit of a break. And then we'll be back for the Reds versus Moana Pacifica. Coming up in about, around half hour's time. There we go. Oh, Judah Hustler says Sharks, Cats, Reds, and Brumbies have put 50 plus against the Crusaders in the past. Well, there you go. It has happened fairly often then. The Brumbies doesn't count because that was the Brumbies. But yeah, the Sharks, I can actually imagine that. I can imagine the Sharks. But remember, I also said outside of the first year of Super 12, I've got a feeling that Sharks game might have been the first year of Super 12. I'm not sure. But thank you, Judah, thank you, Judah Hustler, for being my Jamie, my Joe Rogan Jamie, and pulling up some answers for me. Nonetheless, very much appreciate it. So we're going to have a little break here, about half an hour or so, just over, and then we'll be back for the Queensland Reds taking on Moana Pacifica as the Super Rugby continues. Wasted World of Sports, live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Facebook, and live on Twitch. wastedsports.com.au is our official website. I've got to get off my ass and keep that updated more often than I do. But if you go there, wastedsports.com.au, there's a link in the menu for all our fantasy and tipping games that are taking place in season 2025. The NRL season is about to commence. It's not far off. NRL's about to take place, and we do have 2025 NRL tipping and fantasy. Free to join, free to participate. It's just a little bit of fun and banter between the Wasted crew and the chat room. Get your teams in, get your tips in for NRL 2025 coming up. D-Funk says, I do miss those South African teams. Yeah. I can't help but think, too, that perhaps the All Blacks have suffered the most from South Africa breaking away from Super Rugby. I mean, when you think about it, the decline of All Blacks started around about the time South Africa detached. No offense to Australian rugby, but no offense, but you always know it's bad when somebody says no offense, but no offense to Australian rugby, but yeah, those South African teams, especially making that trek over to South Africa, it was next level. And I just wonder if the South African teams, coincidentally, I don't think the South African team's doing all that well in the European competitions. They might want to come back. They might want to come back soon. I mean, Dan Jam would probably know better than I, but aren't the South African teams pretty much getting pumped every week over in the European leagues? They might want to come back to Super Rugby soon enough. But anyway, talking about this game, wow, I mean, the Crusaders, they did so well. They got it back to 17 all, and then it all fell apart. Okay, so they've made the final in the Celtic League the last few seasons. Okay. Fair enough. I don't really know. Okay, they won the minor European. Okay, so they're winning the unimportant stuff. Is my takeaway from those comments. I don't know. I'm just basing my opinion because I've not seen any of it. I'm just basing that statement on a fair few memes that I've seen about South African rugby participating in the European competitions. Quite a few memes have suggested that it's not necessarily going all that well. But obviously, memes are not news, are they? They're not, what's the word? Matty Colkin, thank you very much for sending space. Cheers. Who's my multi for the next game? Yeah, good question. I've got to have a think about that. Let's see. Let's see what we've got. Reds and Moana Pacifica. Anytime try scorer. Okay. Dalgunu is the favorite to score a try. Tate McDermott. Fraser McWright might be... Hey, Fraser McWright might be a good one. I don't mind that, actually. Let's go Artie Sarvea, Fraser McWright. Let's go forward-oriented. And Dangunu. Hang on, why is that 4 legs? I picked only 3, didn't I? Yes, I did. What's it talking about? 4 legs. I reckon that might be all right. Fraser McWright. Artie Salve. I love Artie. Artie Salve is a beast. And Dungunu. All right, Wastewater Sports. I'm going to have a quick break. And we'll be back for the Reds versus Moana Pacifica. Thank you so much for joining us here for this one. Do feel free, if you enjoyed the stream, to give us a like and subscribe on YouTube, a follow on TikTok, a follow on Twitch, a like and a follow on Facebook, whatever it is on the social media platform you're on. If you've enjoyed the stream, do feel free to follow along and stay updated. And of course, wastedsports.com.au, our official website. Okay, be back soon. Wasted Water Sports. Chiefs have got a big win here, but we've got coming up the Queensland Reds versus Moana Pacifica. We will see you then in about half hour's time. Until then, cheers.